Okay, so Hermann.
Here we are.
Otto Neururer, and I bet I've pronounced that incorrectly.
No, we are very, very close. No one would mention that there's something wrong.
Fantastic film. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you
Welcome
very
to
much.
Valencia. I just want to point out you've been fantastic all week, actually. Brilliant film that Hermann's brought to the table here. Really well-made film. Hermann's got an amazing past as well, but I'm going to hand you over to him. If you could tell us a little bit of the story. What's the synopsis, please?
The synopsis is that Otto Neururer was the first Catholic priest in Austria who got killed in a concentration camp. And on top of that, we have a story nowadays, which I think is important, that a juvenile delinquent, Sofia her name, together with an old priest and an aging actor, they go on the traces in a sort of a road movie on the traces of this beatified priest.
Brilliantly put into a nutshell. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
But
But
tell me about where this all comes from. How did you come across this? How did you know about this? Why did you decide to make the film? Where does it all stem from?
yeah, very shortly, together with the screenwriter and historian Dr. Peter Meyer, it's more than 10 years that we are looking for issues that treat the Nazi time. We are talking about heroes that are not so big. You almost could say little heroes that maybe did not change the history, but certainly they changed many hearts. That's the way I like to describe it, because I could see the screening here and even before in the United States. This is the second festival. It is our Europe premiere. In both cases, I have to say that the people were deeply touched. And I think that is important, because if we can touch the people's hearts for the past, but even in our days, something good might have been done.
And that's been reflected in, you have I know you can't talk about an audience soon. So let's just leave it at that, but things are moving.
Things are moving very well. Just to say, on the 4th of June, we will have a very, exclusive screening in the Vatican. The Pope himself is on the attention list.
Wow.
And many other nice, I don't know how to say, incredible people.
It's remarkable.
It is. In the Vatican they have seen the film, and obviously even them, they thought it's a great film.
So, from actor, filmmaker, you come on, tell us a bit, because I know there's history here.
Yeah, very shortly.
Interesting history.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I used to live for 10 years in Rome, between 20 and 30 years, more or less. And I did an acting school there. And I used to work even with very well-known, on those days, very well-known world-famous directors like Federico Fellini, Franco Zeffirelli, Mario Monicelli, and many others. So this for me was a very important experience. On top of it, it was even a very beautiful period to live in Rome, be young, be an actor, and all that stuff. Quite successful, I have even to say. So that was an incredible period. Then I got married to Paula. We are still married. She's from Rome, and we got kids. And then I decided to go back to Innsbruck, where I opened a production company. 3 co-productions with Italy, feature films. And then I took a bit of time out, and I started to work in the tourist board. And besides that, I started to direct. And that happened about 12 years ago. We did 2 features so far, several short films or documentaries.
And now you've been completely seduced by filmmaking.
Yeah, now it's over. I'm back to the roots, like in Rome, when I just did that.
I always equate filmmaking to drug taking. In as much as, if I was to, honestly, 99.9% of filmmakers, if I said to them, is this like a drug addiction? They will say, yes, it is. In fact, making films, to the point, I spoke to a famous filmmaker that worked, I think it was on CSI, she directed loads of episodes or something like that, I'm sure it's CSI, and she said to me, do you know what, Sue, it's a great question, I used to be a heroin addict. and this is more addictive than that. She said, I've kicked the habit, and I went, no way, bullshit. She went, that's true.
I couldn't say that because I'm not into drugs, but I know what you're talking about, obviously.
Because once you do it, I mean, I don't know, but that is a thing because they're passionate, they're driven, they're outgoing, they're creative, they're artistic. You know, they all have, everyone is different, absolutely everyone is different I meet, but they all have this common thread that weaves them all together, and that is the drive, the passion, the joy of filmmaking.
For sure.
Sorry, and
I mean, I know a little bit both sides. As an actor, I used to be, as I told before, for many years in front of the camera. And now I'm more behind, or much more behind the camera as a director. And both things are really very, very beautiful. But I think, in general, filmmaking is not so much a question of being an artist or to be inspired. It is handcraft. You need everybody in the film who knows how to do his job perfectly. Yeah, and it is very hard work. You have to say that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's be under no illusion. It's long days.
Exactly.
Very long days.
It's a long
Lots of hanging around.
Lots of hanging around. Yeah, and if you have this handcraft perfectly done in all parts of the movie, from the music to the lights to the camera, all the actors, the scriptwriter. How important is the scriptwriter? I never will get tired to say that.
Do you have this? So, for instance, on this film, but no, hang on, you.
No, I didn't write.
No, you didn't write the script.
No.
But would he or she been on set to help, or does that not happen? You don't have the scriptwriter there on set.
Yeah, but not so much when it comes to the acting part, directing part, and all that stuff. I mean, we are a smaller team, obviously, so the scriptwriter, Dr. Peter Meyer, and together with Kirsten Osoinik, they wrote this film. They helped on the set, but not so much on the dramaturgy, not so much on the script or how that would be transformed. Not at all, I would say, but they have been useful even during the shooting.
So, Hermann, we know you love film, we know you love filmmaking. There must be a part of filmmaking, well not must, I suspect there's a part of filmmaking you don't enjoy?
In filmmaking I don't enjoy.
For instance, the editing?
No, writing emails.
That's nothing to do with the filmmaking.
Yeah, but you have to prepare, you have to do all that stuff. Administrative parts.
I know.
Even a director, and you as how much work is to do on that?
It's a lot, particularly when you get emails that are very long, and then you have to respond to them with a long email, because you can't get an email that's 10 paragraphs long and respond to 3 lines. That looks like you're dismissing them, right?
Yeah.
So you quite rightly, I've been taught that you have to deal with people the way that they deal with you.
Steve, I really couldn't tell you what I do not like in filmmaking, but I can tell you what I like most. And maybe you're a little bit surprised. I love the surprise when a film is finished and when you start to apply for good film festivals and you don't know which one will be the one where you will go into. Yeah? And I love it because that's not really planning. Yeah? You have to find people who love in particular your movie, like it happened in this case, and you have to get invited to these festivals. Obviously, we make a big choice. It's not that we go to any festival in this world.
No, you don't stick a pin in the map. Yeah.
This is very, very important that you choose very clearly what fits your film, what fits your thoughts about the festival, and what the festival has to have for your film and for me as a filmmaker. But on top of that, it's not that every film festival you apply takes your film. That's normal. Yeah. I don't think there is one film in the world that gets taken by all film festivals.
No.
But again, we choose the very best ones, and then I'm curious, where are the festivals going to bring me? And in this case...
An amazing city.
An amazing city, amazing people, amazing networking.
Thank you.
I mean, really amazing networking. And I'm an old rabbit, as they would say in Austrian or in Germany or in German language, an old rabbit. And I have been to quite some festivals, yeah, even including Cannes and other big festivals, but I don't remember that I ever have seen so many different filmmakers from so many different countries.
No.
It is unbelievable, from every continent.
Thank you.
And I think this is something that makes this film festival very, very special.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You have been, honestly, I'm not saying this because you're here. I mean, you've been highlighted, been absolutely, all the filmmakers here are incredible. Absolutely, I love them all. But there's always a few that go the extra mile in terms, and we know who they are. We see it all the time. And you're one of those people that will go the extra mile. You're always there talking to people. You're engaging with people. You're making people laugh. You're going out for dinner with them. And I know lots of filmmakers do that, and we love them all. But there's always a few. They're just like, you know, and other people spot it and they go, oh, you know, yeah. And I can think of characters just like you. There's one I used to know, Brian, and I hope he becomes a lovely Irish guy. And you remind me of him. You're nothing like him, but you remind me because he's got that engagement with people. Yeah. And I think Dan and I are old hands. You know, we've got our history. We know how to do it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, you knew how we do it.
Everybody in here brings his part, so many different things. And if I could put something from my side, like a bit of communication or whatever, I'm happy to do so. And I'm sure that I will come back.
Thank you. Your film's fantastic. Again.